Hello!
Hi there, folks. We're Lemon Knife.
It's Mia, and it's John, and we are back here with continuing on our top 100 songs. Today we go from 40 to 31. And John, would you like to start us off today?
No, but I will. My
Okay.
number 40 is Makeshift Patriot by Sage Francis. And this is a song that I meant to put in the 90s, but left it off my list, so it sneaks in here. This is a great kind of sarcastic, biting political commentary on things surrounding 9/11, just kind of our response to it, taking away people's liberties, that sort of thing. Really great, especially the like loudspeaker part, you know.
There's a lot of great stuff happening in this one.
Wave your flags with pride, especially the white part. Racial profiling will continue with less bitching.
Yup.
We're unified over who to kill.
Seems about right, yeah.
How's my hair look?
I don't know, how does it look?
Half-mast.
It looks like it's at half-mast?
What's your number 40?
Means. My number 40 is Life on Mars by Bowie. Nice
Very
dramatic
similar
number.
songs.
Oh yes, very similar songs. Wave your flags with pride, especially the one. It's a god-awful small affair to the go with a tender piano. It's a beautiful song, and the lyrics are great, and the way the key changes from verse to chorus is really lovely. And it's a nice capture of just like a cynical look at getting lost in the movies a bit. Like, you're getting lost in the movies because of sort of a stupid universe around you, I guess. So I just love the way they put it in. Of course, I always love a dramatic number, so nice and dramatic here with David Bowie, yeah.
Definitely.
I think the Hunky Dory album, which is, as a whole, nice and campy and drama.
My number 39 is a back-to-back rap one here with the Makeshift Patriot. This is Mayday by the Flowbots.
Ooh, yes.
Which may be the hardest song we covered as part of our state series.
Oh, it was up there.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
This is just, they have this great kind of rap style where they're talented rappers there, but then they also have, you know, rock instrumentation with violin as kind of a cherry on top. Like, so this song is just like frantic, manic, goes through a lot of different things. It's got great
What a unique group.
violin riff, and then the guitar gives it this pounding rhythm. Just like great song. I think generally about like organizing labor, that sort of thing.
I think it refers to some kind of riot series that happened.
Some kind of riot or disaster.
Disasters, like various lacks of responses. Yeah, great lyrics. Makes me a bit sad that people are like, they wrote the song about the handlebars, and they missed the point of the song about the handlebars, and so they're just like, they like riding bikes.
I love that song. My 8-year-old listens to it.
We
go biking.
And they're riding, they go, I can ride a bike with no handlebars. And then the world is a house. Yeah, they don't normally get there. The 8-year-olds. Number 39 is a nice... I feel like it's a great soundtrack if you ride a motorcycle through a desert or something. I don't ride motorcycles, and I've been to exactly one desert in my life. But I still love She Sells Sanctuary by The Cult. I barely fit it on this. Why did I write it all in one line?
Because you wanted those, like, snake-shaped S's to all be lined up.
Yes. Awesome guitar tone. Just a great, feeling to this song. It just, the way it kind of builds throughout. Once again, it's kind of that gradual crescendo until the end, and it just makes it even nicer. It's nice, and I think it's, very triumphant sounding somehow, but, triumphant in a nice, laid-back way, sort of. I just love it. It's so distinctive. It just is
very pretty guitar sound.
Gorgeous guitar.
Like glass or raindrops or something.
And kind of the gritty vocals over it are a nice contrast.
All right, and then a very opposite guitar sound. My number 38, we got Teeth Like God's Shoe Shine by Modest Mouse.
A little different from my Modest Mouse pick earlier on the list.
Yes. This is the opening track on The Lonesome Crowded West, and it reaches out from the album cover and drags you in by your hair, pulling and screaming.
The first things you hear on this album
Yes, he is in prime Prem yelping. The song goes through a few different things. It goes to his kind of quiet part, like, here's the man with teeth like God's shoe shine. And it's just kind of
orange Julius. Nice.
It kind of sums up like the theme of the album as the whole, which is kind of this Lonesome Crowd West, where it's kind of like the West that he grew up with all this like open space, all like slowly getting taken over by strip malls.
But it was also lonesome and
sort
crowded.
Of thing. Yeah. Ends with this great big ending. You think it's over, then oh goddamn!
He really, outside of well, that might be Isaac Brock's second most used phrase. Goddamn!
God damn! I hope I
well.
Well.
I'm sure there have been a few well goddams in the Modest Mouse discography.
So they should make one of those YouTube videos
about
Modest Mouse discography, but only where they say well.
No, that has been made. I don't think the goddams have been made. But someone needs to get on that. All right, number 38 has been in the news recently, I'm afraid, for because the artist has decided to retire it because of a single semi-problematic phrase. I mean, he's Elvis Costello. I'm not going to tell him what to do, but anyway, this is Oliver's Army by Elvis Costello.
Very beautiful song.
Gorgeous song, great scathing lyrics over it. I think it's that style of Elvis Costello that I like, where you have this gorgeous instrumentation and great melodies, and then he's just like snippety as hell over it. And he's got the perfect voice to be a snarky little bugger. Johannesburg. Just like a great historical snippetiness too. Just like, you know, very, very intelligent song. Just what a great number.
To stay.
I would rather be anywhere else. You do it better.
Yeah.
I tried.
All right, so with this set of top lists, so one thing I did some more of was the things that are best at some specific purpose, and this is the best at the two of us doing karaoke of it. So my number 37 is Love Shack by the B-52s, just because of how much it is our go-to karaoke song. We both have that. Mia is the like pretty.
And you got the French Schneider.
Bring your jukebox money.
Not yet.
So just a very fun song, very very timeless and classic, and yeah.
It still sounds so modern. Just it's a modern party track.
Yeah, it's corny in a good way.
I love it. All right, a little bit different. Number 37, it is perhaps the most dramatic song in a musical, and my final musical song entry on this list is Gethsemane, I Only Want to Say, from Jesus Christ Superstar. Now, my go-to is the Ted Neely version from the movie. The Ian Gillan version is good, too.
Is that the one where they zoom in on the bacon?
Where was the... I think I forget the bacon, but there's a lot of zooming in the movie.
Well, like where they cut to the future.
Oh, yes. No, this is the one where they cut through all the Jesuses, yes. I think Matt Berry might have done the bacon
Matt
bit.
Berry zooms in on the bacon.
On the bacon, yes. Brilliant parody, by the way, but in all seriousness, I think this takes a moment with the Bible that even as an agnostic Buddhist kind of strikes me of just like Jesus talking to the God in the garden going, why exactly are you killing me? I'm not ready to go yet. But at the end of the song, he kind of has a reckoning of just like, fine, kill me now before I change my mind. And it's just like, yeah, I gotta do this. This is the prophecy thing. Amazing vocals, whoever's doing it. I mean, the song rips your throat apart. So, fantastic stuff, of course, composed by Rice and Weber. And yeah, that's my favorite musical of all time. So, fitting that it should be the highest musical song. All right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I've got a similar thing for my number 36.
No.
This is Rust in Peace, Polaris by Megadeth. It's got one of the best drum intros ever, just this amazing kind of tom heavy Big Phil thing, along with the kind of, then the guitar entering.
Great way to start it off.
And then it's Dave Mustaine at his most, I guess before he became a war-hungry conservative.
He was still anti-war.
This is his anti-nuclear proliferation song. And so this is kind of like, it's just this very sneering song, I think, told from the perspective of the nuclear missile looking forward to wiping life out. about halfway through, it kind of transitions to, it kind of goes from this, I guess, probably like 3/4 maybe, like 3/4.
I want to say so, yeah.
Beaten choruses to like this like straightforward like double time like solo with the Polaris.
Yeah, it was like a swing verse and then a straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a straight ending. Just a great 2-part song, much like Holy War's Punishment Due, which could also easily have made the list.
My favorite Megadeth number is Hangar 18 too. Like,
oh yeah, that's great too.
Despite what he did with its sequel.
Yeah.
Military intelligence, 2 words combined that still don't make sense. Really, he liked it so much.
He needed one more song for the album.
What I really want to happen is at the end of Rust in Peace, I want this to happen every time. It's like one last verse. You thought the song was over.
Yes. Yeah, it probably has one verse too many. But.
Yeah. Going in another direction. We're doing the zigzag thing again.
Another direction.
I guess I'm kind of following that same thing of like best song for me, because the thing that captures like celebration and hope and adversity, the way they capture it in the song is kind of unmatched.
Cool in
and
the
I've wrote
Gang?
it. No, but not the furthest off. This is Stand by Sly and the Family Stone. The way they just capture that whole atmosphere. They've got the the whooping in the background and. A great instrumentation too, just the way it's just like, you just feel like going out to the sky and singing at it, and just kind of like, you suck, but we'll get over it. In the face of the civil rights movement, of course, it's made sense, and just in the hippie movement in general, just the significance and the sound of it, and just how it isn't necessarily, it's anti a lot of things, but it's a positive anti lots of things, like, we're gonna get it done.
I don't know, Mia, as a tall person, I can't get behind the midget standing tall and the giant about to fall.
I can!
Even standing up, your head was like at head level with me. Okay, no it isn't. You're just staying in video in frame.
Now you can see my glamorous shirt.
Yep. Alright, my number 35 is a folk epic, nice storytelling song. This is the Mariner's Revenge song by the Decemberists. And just starts right up with the little intro. We are 2 mariners, our ship's sole survivors in this belly of a whale.
That's a nice setting.
How to start the story, yep. Guess we've got some time to kill. And then it just goes through and all like, that's kind of a flashback to like how these people met each other. This guy has been hunting this guy for his whole life after
and time
what he
to
did
kill
to his
takes on
family.
a new meaning.
Yep.
I'm sure that's purposeful.
And then it's kind of like got the unbelievable, makes your hair stand in the end chorus of like his mother's ghost asking for revenge in the most brutal way.
And the ending where it repeats that melody instrumentally and just
then,
increases.
Like, the violins do that.
Where it's like, what's happening, guys. This is all about you.
Masterpiece.
Yeah, this is nice, horrifying, in a great way masterpiece. Absolutely.
And they have like a whale balloon when they do it
Yes!
live?
Yes, they do! It's a lot of fun. The Decemberists concert that we saw was a lot more fun than I expected it to be. It's such like otherwise semi-dark music, and they're just like laughing it up on there.
Yes.
It's great. Number 35, once again, we might see this again on John's list, but you have to confirm, John. This is There Is a Light That Never Goes Out by the Smiths, and if we will see it again, I will shut my trap.
Yep, we will.
All right.
My number 34, this really, I could have gone 2 very different directions with this artist, between the great heavy aggressive song and the great groove. This time I went with the groove against type. So this is Hush by Deep Purple.
Ooh, yes.
And this is just like, what a great song. I think it moved up even higher when I heard it used so well in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is just one like, you can't argue with that, just like
Na 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 na. What a great hook.
what just like a smooth song. Like that's just like
flows
pure
like
smooth
butter.
like classic rock.
Like butter.
As always, they're all amazing at their instruments. This might not even be their main lineup, because this is probably
No,
a
this is
couple
not
albums
Ian Gillan.
before Machine Head.
This is the other guy.
Yeah,
Rod
I guess
something or
the
other?
2 ones I was considering were both not Ian Gillan.
What was
Funnily
your-
enough.
oh, Burner? Burn?
Right, that's
Yep,
not
fair
him
enough.
either.
You'll see Deep Purple in neither of those songs later on my list. You can go guess. You can. Don't guess it on camera.
It's Unwritten Law, right?
That was not even a bad one. Number 34.
It's Mad Dog. Bow, bow.
is Mad Dog by Deep Purple. Now it's The Suburbs by Arcade Fire. Nice, wistful number. I think Win Butler's vocals work really well on it. I think Regina in the background works really well on it. I think it just kind of does those 4 chords. I think the thing that really gets me out of the song is its simplicity and just the way they use. It is literally just 4 chords repeated throughout the song, and that's it. But it just, the way it kind of twists and turns, it has these great wistful lyrics. It's got these...
Another one that starts the album and kind of sums up the themes of it.
Yep, and great album, too. I mean, certainly my favorite Arcade Fire album. And just, what a beautiful song. It's just beautiful. Just the ending just always kind of makes me like, oh,
and it brings in that other riff at the end. Kind of like that little wistful thing.
But it's still over those same 4 chords. It just keeps on building. It's like Sons and Daughters by the Decemberists. That same kind of feel in a different direction.
My number 33 is Like Eating Glass. By Block Party. This is kind of like just this great like austere, it has this like kind of cold, austere feeling of like it's about this kind of like unhealthy household or whatever, but it's also one of my favorites to drum along to as well, because it's just, they've got like, they still have that killer like guitar and rhythm section, but here it's kind of less of like rocking out like something like Banquet or Helicopter, and more of just like setting this like kind of more like mechanical mood to it. And I forget the lead singer's name, like doing incredible job on this song.
K.
Yeah,
that's all I remember. I still remember being legitimately upset finding out at the time we saw them at Riot Fest that their drummer at the time, the one they have now, was like a 22-year-old college graduate. I'm like, screw this woman! Jesus! Continue.
That's all.
Oh, okay.
Mia doesn't like it when a woman succeeds.
Excuse me, that is not what I said! Excuse me, that is not what I said. I am saying, when I was 22... I was like still barely
lying
playing
in a hammock.
I was lying in a cheese puffs with my ukulele that I would just strum the open strings on.
Maybe in a few months I'll play Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
I still haven't learned any chords. Or not quite that bad, but.
Hey, what the hell is that woman doing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Young Mia.
Did I go in the wrong yard again? Oh.
John, could you bail me out of jail? You're 22. We haven't met yet.
We met when I was at the tail end of 22, I guess. I was about to be 23 when we were first talking, right?
Yeah.
We hadn't met yet, though. Not that it really... Anyway, number 33 is My Alarm Clock. It's Turned to Stone by Electric Light Orchestra. And, yep, there you go. Well, see...
Time to wake up, Mia.
You see, it fades in, and I don't want to be... The alarms that just go bam, 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 that's not how I should be waking up. That's how anyone should be waking up. It should be fading in, and it kind of gradually crosses... It's a nice crossover fade from your dream world into your real world, and it's nice and peaceful. Anyway, it's a nice, happy song to start the day with. It's not even really happy. It just sounds so stinking happy. Anything but... Actually, Poker was in hot contention with this song, which is a great song. But there's something about this song. It's so distinctively ELO. It's got the violins and the, it's just that whole... I'm sorry, can you repeat what was that birthday cake supposed to say? I'm turning to stone, you wake up and how it is.
We're going to need to charge extra to have that many letters on the cake.
And also for the transcriber. Yeah.
We need to pay a specialist vocalist transcriber. They work with tone deaf also.
But yeah, wonderful song, distinctive song.
Alright, my number 32 I'm wearing the wrong shirt for.
Man.
I thought this was last time, but this is Amnesia by the Mekons. And this is kind of just they do so many great like folk punk crossover things. This is kind of like a very like hard-hitting like punk rock song, but it still has those little like pretty... It's probably still just guitar, but it's like guitar, that kind of like almost slightly country style guitar, or like folk style guitar, like maybe
different strumming style,
like, It's just this really like, and then it's got John Langford's amazing, like
aggressive,
harsh Welsh vocals over it. Just kind of a like dark history of rock and roll, kind of like, you know, like it's here because of like the slave trade, and like these British groups still like playing you with like all, even while like segregation's still there, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, just a reminder of the harsh history.
Yeah.
In like good and bad ways, I guess. Like they're overcoming things, and also they're kind of contributing to it. Maybe, you know. It's an interesting study. I kind of wonder if it's Hat Guy on the choruses. Remember Hat Guy?
Yes.
Anyway, number 32, little bit of a different vocal style. That's not even the main thing about this song, though. It is Snow Hey-O by Red Hot Chili Peppers. This all despite...
Come to the center, I'm in for a friend. All the channels that are broken down.
I want this to happen. This, despite the fact that one of the lines is, I got your hey-o. What does that mean?
What I say, oh. But yeah, that guitar riff is amazing.
Great guitar riff, great build to the end. Really just the whole thing throughout I think like every verse and chorus you add a new instrument until you kind of get close to the end, and then it's maybe like every verse is a new instrument, a chorus is a new instrument. Just that gradual build once again until it just explodes at the end. It's just beautiful. And it's just, you know, yet another Red Hot Chili Peppers later career songs where, you know, I think Anthony Kiedis is confronting like his addictions head on and talking pretty frankly about that. Snow is both purity and cocaine, of course, so.
And hey-o.
And hey-o. And listen to what he says.
Maybe hey-o is heroin, like hey-o.
I got your heroin. I never know.
My number 31 is another of those perfect metal masterpieces. This is Painkiller by Judas Priest.
Mm-hmm.
There's just nothing to argue with there. It's just, you can rip your eyes out. It's an eagle swooping and dragging its talons through your bloody flesh.
More about eagles.
That's Painkiller, you know. It's an army of robots stomping on your corpse. It's Painkiller.
We saw Judas Priest live late last year, and Rob Halford killed this song. He's in his 70s or something, probably like approaching 80. And I'm just like, I can't do this now. I can't do what he's doing right now. Killer! I mean, I'm sure he had some like reverb on his voice, but like most of that was just straight him. So it's like, I can't do that now. What am I gonna sound like when I'm 70?
It's a fun one to like play and sing in Rock Band, because then by the time you're getting to the end and you're singing pain, killer, you are feeling the pain. And then especially like drumming and vocals at the same time, and then you end, it's pain. It's like, yep, my leg is feeling the pain there.
Hopefully you're not feeling like a killer. I better move on to number 31 in a very different direction. This goes from straight metal to classic rock revival, triumph inspiration. This is Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis. I don't know why they didn't make Noel Gallagher the singer of the band. He's got a way better voice. I like Liam Gallagher's voice too, but anyway, I just love this song. It's such a cliched thing, but just the way that when the chorus comes in, it's just like everybody's at the pub and just, so Sally! Yeah. Who the hell is Sally? We don't know. But I mean, the great song, it is a great message in the song that you really, shouldn't look back in anger. And
I heard you say.
Although it does end on a nice little note of ambiguity, which I always like, at least not today. You put it out of your mind most days, but sometimes you forgive and don't forget, right? It's a nice little snip at the end of an otherwise very kind song,
Yeah, very like 60s kind of style. Like you could definitely see like the Beatles doing this song.
Yeah, like you can see where the comparisons are drawn, even if I generally think the Oasis are not really the new Beatles, because who is the new Beatles really? I don't really know if there is one.
I don't think there is.
I don't think so either. There really aren't that many new classic rock bands straight, unless you're counting Greta Van Fleet and their blatant plagiarism. Not that Led Zeppelin plagiarized, but they made it sound different.
Hey, at least with Greta Van Fleet, if they, are dating the underage
Good night, everybody!
people.
Next week! See you next week!